You see a personal trainer for the best results when you're trying to work out. You go see a doctor to keep your health in tip-top shape.
The Johnston Group thinks you need to use that philosophy when it comes to your money. Bradley Johnston calls it wealth care and left some big-name firms to do it on his own with a personal touch. But it's how he reached his own goals that makes Bradley Johnston this week's Minnesotan to meet.
Brad Johnston has been on top of the Minneapolis financial game for 20 years.
We resonate with people who are intentional about accomplishing things that are important to them.
Well, Brad was a branch manager in Minneapolis with Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. He attended a conference at the top of the World Trade Center. To many, surprisingly, he thought, I need to do this on my own.
I was really being more drawn to wanting to have a solid core in terms of the emotional connection to what I was doing.
The Johnston Group now has a team of 10, but in the beginning, it was just Brad and his former sales assistant.
I cannot do this business without a team of people with a specific, kind of shared value system and goal.
A value system that was not developed in the traditional sense. Brad's mother committed suicide when he was 10, and he was the one who found her. With siblings 12 and 20 years older than him, he was left alone a lot.
Making my own decisions, getting into trouble, making bad decisions.
That's when his brother-in-law suggested Brad's dad send him to boarding school.
This was a school in Indiana called Lalomere, and it had great faculty and made some good connections.
Including Supreme Court Justice John Roberts.
I didn't study like he did, but I had the opportunity to see John Roberts open books, take notes, underline, mark pages, write rough drafts.
It made him more focused on academics, and he started to build relationships. He and Roberts are still friends. Just as things were getting back on track.
In September of my junior year, my father passed away. He died of a heart attack.
Brad felt a hole, but then in his late teens met his wife, Maggie.
I wanted to have a family. I didn't have a family. I always wanted to go to holiday dinners and have people sitting around the table.
They married young and went on to have 5 children. Kate, Bo, Abby, Ty, and Sophie. The picture-perfect family was struck by tragedy when 3-year-old Bo died unexpectedly.
That on a July 4th evening after fireworks, he was accidentally electrocuted at my mother-in-law's home.
Brad was devastated, but is now able to use his loss as a positive for others.
He has allowed me to reflect his love to other parents who have lost children. 2
of his children now have roles with the Johnston Group. He also volunteers his time with the Union Gospel Mission, and his wife Maggie helps businesses get off the ground through Opportunity International. To him, success is not only helping clients achieve goals, but after so much heartbreak, finding balance in all of life.
There's personal, professional, and spiritual. With my wife and family is create a structure where those 3 things are integrated.
I just fell in love with the whole family because they all came in and I got to meet all of them. And I also love his bow tie.
Yeah, I noticed that.
The look of it. So I asked him, I said, what's the deal with the bow tie? Because if you go online, there's a lot of pictures of Brad with it on. And he said one hot July, he had decided that he was going to shave his head in kind of memory of Bo. It was around the same time as the anniversary of his son's death. And he always occasionally wore a bow tie. So after shaving the head, went to an event, had a bow tie on, and his wife said, I really like that look. And so now it's just stuck. It's kind of his signature.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It looks good. He rocks the bow tie for sure.
I think a lot of people, when it comes to financial planning, the thing I really liked about what he was talking about and that personal connection to things is that some people just want to save for a vacation. And that's okay. Or maybe you want to do dinners out, and that's okay. So they help with a wide variety of things too. I think because he's had so many life events like that, that it can't all just be about planning for retirement. You should do that, but you should live your life along the way too.
I want to save for some bow ties, so we shoot them in.
They can be a little pricey.
They can be, yeah.
We should have a bow tie day.
We should. Jason, you in?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
someone
know.
will have to tie it for me.
Yeah.